Whoa. I got feelings for you. Hope you ain't loving the crew. How many bodies you got? Pray it ain't more than a few. Know that you dealt with some lames when you was young and in school. He had to pop your chair, but I got it wet like a pool. She got a new G-Wag, she wanna hit highlight room and show it off. Got a new body, girl, show it off. It's a Brazilian, I know it's all. Toned up and she got a six-pack. Look like she used to play volleyball. American Express, you can have it all. Code to the safe, you can have it all. Fuck your main page, what's your Finsta? I wanna know the real you. You started dancing to pay your tuition, girl, I wanna know what you been through. You want a boutique or you wanna sell hair? Just let me know what you into. If you out in public,
alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. This is episode 2 now of the series, the off-season series. So I just pulled up to Muscle Factory. I'm gonna hit back and hamstrings. This is my day 1 of back and hamstrings on the split, so I do 2 different days of back and hamstrings. This is the day that comes right after the day that I just showed you, the chest and shoulders day 1. So this is day 2 of the split, basically. Everyone always asks what my split is. I'm gonna go through it all through the whole series, like I had mentioned. And yeah, honestly, not much to say today. I'm kind of just ready to get in there and get going. I have some stuff to do later tonight. So real quick, right before I go in, everyone always asks me what camera I use. So this, if you guys can kind of see it, this is the Sony ZV-1. It's honestly, I think it was like $500, $600 when I got it. Well, I don't really have any complaints about this thing. Like, for how cheap it is, I know people spend like a ton of money on cameras. I mean, the sound quality is pretty good, the video quality is pretty good. The only thing is that this camera always ends up like turning off because the internal temperature always gets too hot for some reason. But I mean, other than that, like, this thing is solid. I mean, every time I'm talking to you guys, this is always the camera that I have. And for a lot of the workouts too, the whole video yesterday was just this one. Sometimes my workout partner, Brady, he will video a lot of the workout parts in the gym with his camera, and he has like a super fucking nice camera. I think it's called like the A7 III, and he has like a really nice lens with it too. But for the most part, honestly, this camera is usually the camera that I'm using. And yeah, today I'm rocking solo again. Brady has been kind of just taking a little bit of break from the gym. So yeah, I'm gonna do a voiceover again for the pull day, and let's do it. All right, so I did not record the warm-up today, but basically all I did was some foam rolling, some mobility work, dynamic stretching, and then I hopped on the bike for 5 minutes. So even though this day is primarily focused around building my back and hamstrings, I do some adductor work to start, and then I'm also getting a fair amount of glute work when I do my RDLs as well. So this is essentially just a density day, really just focusing on building the whole posterior chain. And this is the day where I always have my big pull for the split. So my big pull is either a conventional deadlift, stiff leg deadlift, or an RDL, which I'm doing today. But yeah, as you can see, I'm starting with the adductor machine. So I do 2 sets of 10 to 15 reps, and then I do 1 back off set with higher reps. So I do 15 to 20 reps. And the main thing I'm focusing on here is trying to get as much range of motion as possible and just letting that weight really open up my hips, and then hard contraction. I will say, however, though, do be careful, especially if you're starting with this exercise for the day. I have loaded this too heavy in the past and pulled my groin. But other than that, it's a great exercise, and the adductors are a weakness for most people, so I recommend having this in your split somewhere. Alright, moving on into the lying leg curl. So here I do 2 sets of 8 to 12 reps, and then 1 back off set of 12 to 15 reps with 2 drop sets, basically till failure. And then some cues I have for this exercise is I usually like to do a 2-second eccentric, so slow on the way down. And then if you're having a tough time actually like getting that mind muscle connection and feeling your hamstrings, I think it may be beneficial to have a little bit of a pause, like a 1-second pause in the contraction as well. I used to do that, and sometimes I cycle through doing that, but right now I just try and focus on a hard contraction. Alright, and then here is what that back off set looks like. So again, this is the 3rd set where I try and get 12 to 15 reps, and then after that I drop set the weight, go to failure, drop set the weight again, and then go to failure.
And I've been incorporating a little bit more drop sets into each one of my workouts lately. Something I am a big fan of instead that I use is when I have a workout training partner, I use forced reps. So when I physically can't do any more reps left, I'll have my workout partner help me pump out like 2 to 3 more. But since I train alone right now, I like to intensify each of my workouts by adding drop sets or rest pause sets, cluster sets, and stuff like that. Now into the main movement of the day, the RDL. So on my back days, like I said, I have 2 back days. One the back day, I have a big pull, which is either, like I said, the RDL, stiff leg deadlift, or the conventional deadlift. And then on my other pull day or back day, I have my heavy barbell row. Now, as you can see, I'm doing warm-up sets to get to my top set. So I do one top set of 6 to 8 reps, and then I do a back off set of 10 to 15 reps. So I start off with 1 plate, and I do 6 to 8 reps, move on to 2 plates for 4 to 6 reps, 3 plates for 2 to 3 reps, and then I finally get to my working set of 4 plates. So this is actually an exercise that I've struggled with so much over the years, but the best tips that I've gotten to really make this work is focus, when you're on the eccentric, focus on just pushing your butt back, basically. Not as much so like leaning and like leaning over, but pushing your butt back. And then on the concentric, you want to focus on pushing your hips forward, like driving your hips through that bar. And so just like the squat, like I talked about the barbell squat, any type of deadlift variation or squat variation, I really do think it's important to be careful and mindful of your form, especially getting down to those last few reps. So as you can see on the last rep that I did, my lower back kind of rounded a little bit, and that's kind of when I knew, like, okay, I'm calling it quits. And then this is my back off set, so going for 12 to 15 reps here with 315 on the bar. And yeah, the big thing for these pulls is just to progressive overload. So each week I am trying to get 1 more rep with the same weight from last week, or adding a little bit of weight and trying to hit the same amount of reps. Next up is a neutral grip pull down with the mag grip. If you guys have access to any type of the mag grip attachments, I highly recommend using them because they are fantastic. But anyway, here I am just doing 1 top set of 8 to 10 reps, and then 1 back off set like I have been doing with 12 to 15 reps, and I also do a drop set after that back off set. And yeah, the main thing I like to focus on here with this pull down is I personally like to kind of angle my torso back a little bit and then focus on driving my elbows down into my hips. Alright, so after that pull down, your lats should be feeling pumped and everything should be really opened up now. And we go into a single arm supinated, chest supported pull down. And sets and rep wise here, I do 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps. And then I finish off with a drop set just on that last set. And once again, really just focusing on driving that elbow back. And something I could be doing a little bit better here is, ideally, I'd like a little bit of a hold in that stretch position. So maybe like a 1 count and then hard contraction. And then again, once I go to failure, I'm drop setting to only 1 plate. And yeah, dude, I honestly know all the science-based homies are always shit on the drop sets, but I'll tell you what, I love them and I will continue doing them for as long as I lift. I really do feel like it's one of the most important parts of my workouts is when I do drop sets like this, just because I really feel like this is when you can actually start feeling that pump real well. And the mind-muscle connection is just off the charts now because you have that lighter weight, you can go to the distance, you can do the, basically perfect form again with the lighter weight. And yeah, this is just how I love to train, honestly. And now it is time to really focus on that upper back. So I am doing a pronated machine chest supported row here. And I usually do either 1 or 2 working sets, top sets of 8 to 12 reps, and then 1 back off set, usually always, for 12 to 15 reps, plus, as you can guess, a drop set on that back off set. And then some big things here that I like to do on this movement is, as you can see, I'm kind of like stretching, like overstretching forward and kind of like rolling my shoulders forward a little bit. And then when I come back for that contraction, I squeeze and hold for a second and really just try and squeeze everything in that upper back together. And then here is that final set. 12 to 15 reps with the drop set, and again, just driving those elbows back, squeezing everything in your back together, and yeah. And now, second to last movement of the day, I do a single arm cable row. So just like the last exercise, I do 2 top sets, 2 working sets of 8 to 12 reps, and then 1 back off set, and I do 15 to 20 reps. Now, how I like to perform this movement is, you may have seen it, you may have not from someone out there, but I like to really focus on trying to keep my torso and everything in my body as stable as possible, and the only thing that I'm thinking about is, again, just driving my elbow down to my hip, and that's literally the only thing that's really should be moving at all. That's what I'm thinking about for this, and you get like such a good lat pump from this, and you see some people like twist and stuff, which is fine if you want to. I just feel like this works better for me. And finally, last exercise of the day, I just finished off with some assisted pull-ups, and basically just go to failure. I do 2 sets to failure, try and get to about 10 to 15 reps each time, but yeah. And lastly, yeah, I just want to remind you guys, look, this is how I train. I've seen so much growth from this, and especially since I've changed my programming to train more like this, as opposed to how I used to train in the past. I have seen remarkable progress this past year. You can train the same, you can train different. There are so many ways to get big. There are so many proven ways to get big, as you've seen Olympians do different styles of training. But biggest thing, train fucking hard and show up every day.
All right, guys, so Youngla is officially coming out with these wife beaters that they've been promoting for a while. So this is the black one. This is extra large. I definitely recommend to not size down. Stay true to size. These things are like, they made them like super fucking tight. So great material, tugs the chest really well. So highly recommend. Everything that gets hyped up a lot, like these are like the compression tees. They will sell out in like 5 minutes, like always. So go to the site like right when it drops. And then yeah, they have 3 different packs. You can get like a black, white, and a light blue, all white, or they have this last pack, which is like earthy colors. This is my favorite one. So they have like a light, like beige, a green, and this like dark reddish. I accidentally sent me the wrong size on this one. This is a medium. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give it away to one of you guys. So literally the first person that DMs me saying they want this, I'll send it to you. So yeah, literally just DM me. It's size medium, so it is kind of small. But yeah, literally first person to DM me, I will send it to you. That's it for the video, so thanks for watching. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.